Right, well, hello the internet's Ghost here, and apologies if you can hear birds tweeting. That's because my window is open, because for some reason in the very early days of May, the weather here in my part of the UK has decided to be like, haha, it's going to be really blooming hot. I don't know if it's the same across the rest of the UK. I don't really care. I just know it's warm, and I don't like the warm. It's blooming miserable. Anyways, today we are doing... I don't really know what we're doing. It's something to do with the harbour area, which you're going to get again next episode, and probably the episode after that, because it's kind of what I have inspiration for at the minute, and effectively, turns out I hadn't filmed as much footage in advance as I thought I had, so I have officially eaten through all of my backlog of videos that were ready to go. But fortunately, I filmed just enough that it gets me to the end of production. However, whether or not there will be a video next Sunday and then the following Wednesday is to be seen. Anyways, talking about what we're building, I began by building one of those floaty things that sits out in the ocean that I can't ever pronounce the name of. I initially built it just out of regular copper, and then went in and textured it up a little bit with the weathered stuff. I lit up the bulb because I decided that could look quite cool at night, and indeed it did. Not that it actually gets pictured in this episode. Yay. This must have been just when the update had come out that I feel so. Why am I yawning? Oh my. Yawning already. Yeah, I think I filmed this just when the update had come out, because I started putting in the wildflowers, which I love the wildflowers. They're so pretty. I like that there's not just one colour, that there's yellow and white. It reminds me of dandelions. I'm assuming it's supposed to remind me of dandelions. But yeah, I'd also decided that I really wanted to do a project actually using reinforced deep slate, because I realised it's a block that I don't particularly think about using that often. So, naturally, that meant I decided I'm going to build a massive harbour wall. And I did this in potentially the least efficient way possible, of not terraforming the area first and doing that afterwards, which meant that I would build a section and go, I should probably clear away all of this dirt so I can actually see what it looks like, and then going, nah, that doesn't look right, I should do X, Y, and Z, and it took a long time. I don't think I included all of the terraforming footage. I sincerely hope I didn't. Yeah, as I'm sure you can imagine, I think I spent about an hour of doing this, just kind of digging away dirt and hoping and trying to make it look decent. I've not fixed the flooring in this bit, so again, it looks strange, but I'm working on... There's going to be structures that get built pretty close to that. Why would I bother kind of covering it all in grass? Apologies for the yawning. Why would I bother covering it all in grass, only to change half of the blocks anyways? Why not just wait and then cover what's left in grass once I'm done with it? That would be a much wiser idea. So that's what we're doing. I also kept making the harbour wall bigger because it didn't look right. I've been trying to work on making sure that this time for the town I actually do a number of different levels to it. So we've got... Gee, thanks, motorbike. That's fantastic timing on your part. We have that first little bit where you come into where all the boats dock, which, yes, are just Minecraft boats. No, I'm not building boats. That's never gonna happen. Who do you think I am? Yeah, so there's that level, and then you come up a couple of blocks, I think, and you have the bit we've been working on with, like, the Red Company and the diner and the warehouses, and then you're going to come up another level to this bit here, which obviously is quite significantly raised in comparison. Oh yeah, and then I started texturing, so I decided to obviously use the pre-textured version of the deep slate I'd been using, and then throw in some blackstone as well. And I can't remember what I'd been watching. It was most likely Hermitcraft, but I saw people using buttons to, like, help do, like, the blended out texturing. So I, at some point, went in and used buttons. I think I went in and used buttons. It'd be really embarrassing if I'm thinking of something I've worked on that I'm not actually at yet. That would be fun, wouldn't it? I then tried to go in and design some lampposts using beacons and then decided that just doesn't look right. So I tried frog lights. Or at least I was going to try frog lights, and then I just went, nah, we'll just do something basic. And did lanterns hanging off of trapdoors. Again, who do you take me for? Like I'm going to do something super interesting. I think I added some hanging plants, or at least was going to, and then decided against it. I don't know why I did it. Why am I yawning? This is... Oh, I apologise for all the yawning. This happens, I swear, every time I go to film a video. It's so much fun. But we're doing this in one take. That's the goal here. One take wonders of these videos. So yeah, I worked my way along the wall, putting in plenty of lanterns. I think at some point I went back over to where that bridge is that we built the other episode to try and get an idea of, is the height right, or do they look too stumpy from afar? Because from up close they looked perfectly fine, but if going to the bridge they looked really small and not particularly great. Obviously I wanted to fix that. I want this to have more effort, be compositionally much nicer to look at. By no means is this going to be the greatest build I could ever do. I'm sure if I had much more time than I did to film things on a weekly basis, then, well, I'm sure there would be much more detail. But we're learning some very basic texturing here on the channel. If anyone has any ideas for like block combinations that work for texturing, I am all ears. And a better tactic than building it in one plain block and then going in and texturing afterwards. If anyone knows how to convince your brain to just texture automatically, I'm all ears. Like, please, I need help. Oh, I went in and added some flowers and stuff to just kind of add a little bit of colour to the wall. A lot of the grass that's behind it at the minute is going to obviously be gone. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Goodbye the internet. I'll see you on Wednesday.